Telescopic gaming controllers has always been my personal favorite type of controller for mobile gaming. I find that having the controller strapped onto the sides of the phone gives that feeling that I'm playing a portable console instead of a mobile phone. But having bought, tried, and reviewed a couple of popular ones out there, they all had one similar limitation which sort of made using this type of controller cumbersome compared to a Bluetooth controller. It's that you need to take off your phone's case every time you want to game. I can't quite exactly pinpoint the reason why I don't like removing my phone's case, but I'm sure that there are a few of you out there who knows what I mean. But yeah, whatever, because that just might not be the case anymore with GameSir's G8 Galileo. With the G8 Galileo, not only is it the first one that works without needing to remove the phone's case, it is also the most comfortable telescopic style controller for mobile phones that I have ever used. But wait, before you close this video and go ordering one, let me put a big asterisk right here, which I'll get into more details while going over the G8 specs and features. So, hit that subscribe button if you're new to this channel to stay updated, and let me share with you why I think that if not for that asterisk, GameSir could have probably made one of the best telescopic mobile gaming controller in the market. Sliding the surprisingly large box out of the packaging sleeve, you're greeted with GameSir's motto for the G8 Galileo printed on it. Opening that box, you will find the G8 controller along with 3 interchangeable analog sticks, along with a box that contains the manual and stickers. There's no carrying pouch or case to bring the G8 on trips for $80, so that's a bit disappointing. Taking the G8 out from the box, I couldn't help but notice how large the G8 Galileo is compared to all the other telescopic gaming controllers I have owned. But despite being so large, I find the weight to be acceptable. At 252 grams, even with an iPhone 15 Pro Max inserted, the total weight is still below a kilogram, which is perfectly fine for my before bedtime gaming sessions. But because of the size, I did find it a bit difficult to bring around for gaming on the go. The whole controller is made of grayish ABS plastic with a SNES color theme, and the whole unit feels very sturdy and durable as to be expected from GameSir. The area where your phone will be resting is covered with rubber to protect and help grip onto your phone. As for supported phone sizes, the G8 Galileo can extend up to 185mm long, but unfortunately it's 1cm short from being able to fit the iPad mini and give the PlayStation Portal a run for its money. As for the shape of the GameSir G8 Galileo and how it feels in your hands, I think the best way to describe it is imagine taking an Xbox Series controller and cutting it in half. It feels almost identical, with the difference being that there's slightly more slope in this area on the Xbox controller to rest your middle fingers more comfortably. But despite that tiny difference, it is a really comfortable controller to hold onto for extended periods. I mean, after spending about 5 hours straight playing Vampire Survivors for the first time the other day, it was the first time I didn't feel any hand cramps using a telescopic controller. Now, for the features of the G8 Galileo, I think that the number one feature that I find most appealing is that this controller now works with both the latest iPhones and Android phones with USB-C ports. And the best part is, it now works without needing you to remove your phone case as long as your case is not thicker than 1.5mm measured from the charging port. This is possible because the USB-C connector is now slightly longer than GameSir's previous controller by approximately 1mm, but apparently not long enough to work with most protective cases out there. So my question to GameSir is, why not make it 2mm? Because if it was an additional 1 to 1.5mm longer, then it would easily work with 70 to 80% of phone cases out there. I'm quite certain that if the G8 Galileo would work with most phone cases, it would easily be one of the best-selling telescopic controllers. Don't you guys agree? Let me know in the comments and maybe GameSir will read them as well. As for the USB-C connection itself, it allows for pass-through fast charging and 3.5mm audio, which is the upgrade that many have been asking for in GameSir's telescopic style controller. So now it's here for those of you who prefer wired headphones for a latency-free audio. Other features also new to the G8 Galileo include drift-free Hall Effect Analogue sticks and triggers, tactile face and shoulder buttons, and a D-pad that also provides a satisfying tactile feedback, but is a tiny bit stiffer than the D-pad on the Xbox Series controller. They're generally okay for fighting games, but I still find my thumb burning after a few rounds. There are also 2 mappable buttons on the rear, and built-in features that you can enable and toggle with the M button without needing to download GameSir's app, such as the usual turbo button functions, swapping ABXY layout to Nintendo Switch layout, and enable the hair trigger mode. But I find that by using the app, which at the time of filming is only available to Android phones, it allows for easier customization of the G8 Galileo. And here's how the buttons sound like. So overall, I feel that the G8 Galileo is a big improvement from GameSir's previous telescopic controller. Not only is it the most comfortable, it finally works without needing you to remove your phone's case. Although priced at $80 or $72 if you use the coupon code below, this is a product designed for those of you who mainly play games or emulators on your mobile phone for extended periods. And with phones getting more and more powerful, maybe this will become an essential piece of gaming hardware in the future. Alright, hope you guys find today's video helpful, and thank you as always for watching. If you enjoyed today's video, hit that like button as it will help this channel a lot more than you know it, and I'll see you again in the next video. Ciao!